Hello, my friend. I welcome you to another one of our e-newsletters and maybe very well a shower while I sit out here and just share with you a little time in prayer and reflection. The sun, brother sun, comes and goes, and sister water, the beauty, the purity of the sky overhead as it descends upon us in mid and late summer rain continues to come and go today. But right now there's sunlight and we're blessed. We're blessed by sister water, the earth underneath me and underneath you while I speak to you right now. As the sun almost becomes brilliant to the point where it has me squint and look at you. I celebrate with you our open-eyedness that's happening through the wonderful writings and prayers of our Pope Francis. Way long ago, Pope Leo XIII and other popes since then, especially John the 23rd, began to invite us into what are called the social gospels of social teaching, a consciousness of being family, and our need to reach out to others. Paul VI and Progressio Popularum, the progress of all the peoples, invites you and I to be family in the growth and the ongoingness of the human family. And now our brother, Pope Francis writes, Laudato Si e mi Signore. Praise be you, my brother, my Lord. In the words of the beautiful canticle of St. Francis, he continues, we are reminded of our common home, which is like a sister with whom we share our life, and a beautiful mother who opens her arms to us in an embrace. Praise be you, my Lord, to our sister, Mother Earth, who sustains and governs us, and who produces various fruits with colored flowers that you might see around me here, and herbs that may be growing where you are. Life wants to grow, and you and I are part of that, not separate from the world and creation around us. More and more here at the mountain, we're aware of that. And this beautiful canticle, this beautiful encyclical, Laudato Si, builds off of that song and awareness of St. Francis that possibly is deep in your heart. It's a natural part of you and me to believe and know that we are one with one another. So why don't we pause for a moment? I'd like to read a prayer of St. Francis. It might take us into a sense of openness. It's his vocation prayer. And as you begin to read this newsletter and enter into the themes and that which we invite you to consider with us, as a family with all creatures, so many of them injured, wounded, and left behind by us, we welcome them into our hearts and humbly pray for enlightenment. The light of God, the light of the sun, the Spirit in you and me, in the midst of the wonders of creation, we hear Francis pray. Most high, glorious God, enlighten the darkness of my heart and give me, Lord, a correct faith, a certain hope, and a perfect charity, sense, and knowledge, so that I may carry out your holy and true will. You might pause and remember the beautiful, simple expression of Francis before the San Damian on a cross as you sit with me here in the midst of wounded creation and the glory of creation. He looked around and he knew that God was calling him, and he said, Lord, what would you have me do? Lord, what would you have me do? In quiet, in stillness, and preparing to read the reflections and comments of others, we let brother wind and air and sister rain come upon us. We sense ourselves as members of one family, wounded but yet whole, holy, and loved. Lord, what would you have me do? God of all places and all times, we come to you in so many different ways, and we open our hearts with each other through this e-newsletter, wishing to grow ever more deeply in communion with all of creation, so that our hearts and our lives rise up and truly say, Laudato Si, Laudato Si. Praise be you, my Lord. Praise be you. May the peace of Christ and the peace of Francis and the peace of St. Clair blossom in your heart today, even like this garden is blossoming. Enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful summer and read deeply the goodness of God in all of creation.